anymore. I plan on being live here 6 o'clock Arizona time, but I had some time right now to do a live and just see if anybody pops on. Possibly get a couple more subscriptions or likes. We'll see. The last few lives have been pretty good. I think last night was the best one so far. I'll go ahead and do a short one. I suppose. We'll see how it goes. But we'll do a longer format later. Hey, Micah. Yeah, I just decided to hop on for a little bit, see if anybody's out there, put some feelers. And then I would have a longer one tonight, so. Thanks for showing up. How's your day going, Micah? Another warmer one today and humid and a little sticky. Got off work a little bit earlier myself. Weed Whacker is like the work that you're doing. Weed Eater is actually a name brand. I don't know if they were the first one who came out or not. It used to be like a screen color. It was actually called a Weed Eater. It was a name brand. Kind of like some tools have a specific name. Like channel lock, we know that means slip joint pliers. It's a type of tool, a plier. The name brand was channel lock, and a lot of people just call them channel locks then, even though that's technically a brand. Same as some people say Charmin. Oh, give me some Charmin at the store instead of saying, give me some toilet paper. That's a name brand. There's a few things like that we just automatically just say the name brand. Some people call all soda Coke, which is kind of strange because to me that's not correct. But yeah, we'll see if anybody else comes in. I figured I'd do a short one and see what's going on. Put a couple new guns on there. Actually, all 4 or 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, yeah, are new. Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sylvester's a little bit younger, so he's probably has a couple more years to go. Hey, welcome, people. I see there's 4 of you. Double tap the screen if you could, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd appreciate it. That's a good question. I do not know. I like both of them as actors. Both of them seem to be more on the conservative side. 14 of you now. Go ahead, guys. Double tap that screen, please. And subscribe. We've got only 1 like and 14 people in the chat. Go right on ahead and double tap that screen. Both of them are good actors, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold. Now, Arnold is pretty much phasing his acting career out, and Sylvester's slowly getting there too, I think. Anyways, yeah. Danny DeVito or Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've actually never watched that video. I think it was called Twins, where both of them act in that movie. I've never seen that. The other day I saw it and I thought about watching it. I think it was on YouTube, a free YouTube video thing. Anyways, they both have their funny places in life and both have their spots for acting. Hey, y'all. See, there's 4 of you in the background. Go ahead and double tap that screen. Doesn't hurt one bit. If you like gaming, it's pretty much just the same. Double tap that screen. Doesn't hurt your finger one bit. I do lives about once a day. I just started. This is my 4th one. I figured I'd do a short one and then do a longer one later. Just see who's out there. Rambo 2 or Predator 2? I know I've seen the Predator 1. I don't know if I've seen the Predator 2. And I've seen a few Rambos. Hey, welcome, DHG. I don't know what you want to be called. Oi. How are you today? Thanks for coming. Double tap on the screen. like and subscribe. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you. Got any questions to ask? I don't think I've seen you in the live before. Appreciate you coming. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually watched Rambo 2. I've seen one, and I've seen the last one, and I've seen one of the other ones. So 3 total, I think. So I couldn't answer your question there. Welcome, welcome. Guys, thanks for coming in. Double tap that screen, please. I don't think I've seen you here before. Clara Gonzalez, welcome. And Mr. 100 Gram, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. I haven't seen you in here. Double tap that screen. We'd appreciate it. And subscribe if you're not. How's all your days going today? There's me right there. How's it going? We got ourselves a couple more back here too. If you can see those okay with the chat there in your face. And then we also have some more right there. And we got ourselves some ammo stash and some guns that do function and others that need repaired in that corner. If you got any questions about these, let me know. Okay, let me go back. Do you have an AK? Yes, that one right there with the red furniture, that's an AK. An AK-47, it's a Kalashnikov. And then the little gun right there, that is a 1911. It's not an A1. I think an A1 would be like an original. It is a mil spec though. That's a Springfield mil spec. And then yes, the one with the wood furniture right there, that's an AK-47. Shoots the 7.62 by 39. I've got one of those. That's it there. Appreciate you all coming in. Thank you. We got 7 of you in the chat. Appreciate you coming. Please like and subscribe. Double tap that screen. Doesn't hurt at all. It's free. Appreciate that. If you got any questions, just go on and say what you got. I think Micah was just asking questions about 80 and 90s actors. What's my favorite 1911 and or variant? AMT Hardballer Best. I've only owned one 1911. Which one is your favorite gun? People do ask me that. I kind of put them in categories. So I'll say, okay, what's my favorite lever action? And so my favorite lever action is, whoops, wrong spot here. Sorry about that, guys. That second one down, the tip of this, is a Winchester Model 92 in 2520. It's from 1905. That one is my favorite lever action. This one underneath here is a double-barreled 10-gauge Beretta. That's my favorite shotgun I own. My favorite rifle might be that 338 Lapua in the corner there. That's a Ruger Precision. Hey, Pat, welcome. Double tap the screen. Thank you, buddy. And my favorite pistol is probably, at least of a revolver, is probably my 45 Colt. That's a Cimarron. I don't have it out here. I had it out here 2 nights ago, if you watched that live. And then this is my second favorite lever action. This one right here. That is a 44 Magnum Model 94, made in like 66, 67. It's just so past pre-64. Let's see. Arnold used it in Terminator 2. Which one was that? The lever action shotgun? Which I got one behind me. Or no, it's not behind me anymore. Sorry, guys. It's that one in front of me here. This one's newer though. That one was a model. That was a model 1887, I think they call it. Can you show me how to load a 1911? What do you mean by that, Clara? Do you mind clarifying that? Yeah, it was an 1887. This one is a model 1901, made in 1901. It was a new variant of it, and that's a 10 gauge. So that shoots those big old thingies. That shoots one of these. So it gives it a pretty big wallop. Yeah, do you mind clarifying, Clara? I'm not sure what you meant. I can't touch the guns on screen. No, I can't reload it. Obviously they have a magazine inside the back end here that you'd slide out and put your loads in or whatever, and then slide it back in and pull it back. But on lives, you're not allowed to touch your guns. So, and I've been trying to keep my hands out of the window, because if you have your hands in the window of the screen, sometimes YouTube will still block you. Well, the sights on the AK a little optimistic the way it goes to 100 meters. Yeah, no joke, right? I thought the same thing on my Mosin Nagant and my Mauser. They go way up like that too. Now my Mauser though is actually a pretty long barrel. It's a full length. I forget what model that one is. So that one maybe makes sense, and that one is super accurate. The Mosin is a carbine. Mosin Nagant. But yes, Clara, sorry. Otherwise, I would. It's YouTube. They're just picky like that. If you touch your guns, they'll knock you one. They'll block you. They'll shut you off. They'll totally make your screen or your channel gone if you do it too often. The Mauser C96, it goes 800 meters. Okay, that's cool. Welcome you all. I see there's 6 of you on the channel. Appreciate you coming. Double tap that screen. If you guys ever play video games, it's just as easy as that. Tap, tap, tap. Appreciate it. And subscribe if you aren't. Have you seen those modern Mosin chassis? Of wood or the plastic? Because I have seen a lot of people put like Mosins in plastics. Like in the, what do you call that? The nylon stalks or whatever you call it. Thanks, Micah. Appreciate it. Pin that one on the bottom there. I particularly don't like the modern plastics. Put him in an old woodstock one. I love old woodstock. So yeah, polymer. There you go. I don't mind polymer in a modern rifle. No problem. But like switching out, like to me, it's like, well, why would I put polymer on this AK? Why? Why would I put polymer on this nice lever action 44 Magnum 94? Why? Why would I want to put, like, it just defeats the purpose of something that's beautiful. But hey, each their own. I thought about buying a polymer for my Remington 270. The one I had up there last night, the Remington 270 model 700. Because I was like, well, then I can have longer mags interchange. But then I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. Okay, yeah, that's true too. If your wood is just messed up and it's dry rotted, cracked up, and you can't find one, that's totally understandable too. If it's unsafe, you go to shoot it and the thing comes apart, that'd be pretty bad. Yeah. Yep. Someone was asking me what my favorite variant of a 1911 is. I haven't shot that many. I really like this one. I only own one normal 1911. My other one is on my short I posted. It's a double stack 1911 Tisas. I really do like that one too. What is the little N set at? I'm sorry, I don't even know what that symbol is. I mean, we have it on that. The dust cover thing is on up, so it's on safety. I have a different grip than originally came with it. This is a California approved AK, because when I lived there, that's what it was. And it had one of these dumb wings on it. I mean, I liked the racing ramp on it where you set your thumb, but it had this dumb wing. That's California approved for you. So as soon as I moved to Arizona, I took that off. You can't just cut that wing off either. That's considered a felon, because this is made for California. If you live in Cali, it's supposed to have it. So then I got a nice Foss Tech rubberized grip, and I've shot it once since then, since changing over. Dude, that thing is so much better. Does it have that little thing on the site? Good question. Let me check. I'm trying to get in close. I don't think so because that's fairly new. I think most older ones would have that little symbol on it. I don't really see that. Oh, wait a minute. It has something similar to that in the very bottom. So, right where this little slide piece is that you squeeze, and then where you slide it, the first mark is one of those, but it's not quite exactly what you're showing. It kind of looks like an oversized N. And then the next one's a 1, a 2, a 3, and then it goes from there. Of course, 10 means 1,000 yards. So that's probably what it is, yeah. That's a newer AK. I got that probably 2 years ago. It's a Kalashnikov. I really got it hot the last time I ran it with my nephews. We probably put 200, 300 rounds through it nonstop. It got pretty hot. Before that, I would only do like maybe 2 mags, 3 mags, which were at that time 10. But I had some common size, the regular size. Here in Arizona, I have the regular size. You know, the 30 rounds that those regularly come with. California is gay, and so they have those dumb, stupid 10 mags. Unless it was grandfathered in. Anywho. 3 of you in the chat, appreciate you listening in. If you're new, please double tap the screen. Subscribe. Appreciate you coming by. Thought I'd do a short live right now, and then we'll have another one at 6 p.m. Arizona time, roughly. Hopefully that works. I would say if I could buy a 2011 higher end one, I probably would, but I just don't have $8,000 to spend. It's just sad to spend on a gun, right? Sorry with my coughing, it's a little bit humid today, and so asthma, yeah. This little thing here, I got, that little thing's a 22 Magnum. It is a American Arms Corp or something like that. I forget exactly. NAA, North American Firearms something. It's the Black Widow edition. See the little symbol there? It's like the symbol they have for the Black Widow in Marvel. It's 22 mag, 5 shot. It's got some issues though, that it's been used a lot. So that hammer is worn so that it doesn't actually hit the primer hard enough all the time. Sorry guys. Alright, Pat, I'm not getting a 2011 till they're drop safe. What, is there some 2011s that aren't? I mean, I could see maybe the new, well, they didn't come out with it yet. They were going to, and they said they were supposed to drop it already. Sig Sauer had a 2011 out. It was called a 2K11 or something. Or maybe that's Kimber's. Kimber just came out with one too. I actually got to see that thing. My local pawn and gun shop has one. They had 3 of them, and all 3 of them sold within 2 days. They're hot item. The new Kimber 2011 double stack 1911 drop 620. I don't know if mine is or not. I have no idea. I don't want to drop it. Why would I want to drop my TSIS? I mean, I only paid $7.50 cheeseburgers with a case and 2 bags and a sight on it, but still, those new are with what's in there with the sight, maybe $1,000. Mine's the middle grade TSIS 2011 they make. The higher end one's called the Mac 9, if I recall, which is black instead of dark gray like mine is. I have a short on it. If you go and look, I posted it Saturday. But how's y'all's days going, by the way? Got anything planned coming up? Any trips? I might end up going to, see, it's August. Might go to visit my brother next month. We'll see in September. Because a friend of mine's getting married over there too. So I might go for the wedding as well. There in California where I used to live. They're about 13 hours away, so it's kind of a long trek if you're driving. Plus my car hasn't been running very well, so I don't know if I want to take it that far. The power steering assist motor went out on it, and supposedly there's a recall. But you put my VIN number in, and it doesn't show it it has an open recall for it. And then when I go to the dealership to check it, they're like, well, we never have issue that we've records that we fixed it. So who knows? I'll have to talk to their manager and press the point more. Because if they don't have records, they repaired it. Well, then they didn't repair it. Let's see here. I got my. I don't think anywhere I could be wrong. Oh, drop safe. Okay. Micah, what'd you put? I got my strict sleep schedule to stick to. It's very fun. Okay. Yeah, I figured I'd do another short just so I can get views. I need to get those views. What's his name? J-Dog does quite a bit of live for like a half hour, an hour throughout the day. He does like 3 in the evening and some way up into midnight, past midnight. And so I thought, well, I'll do a couple here and there off and on, oddball like. Micah, we still need to see you do a short or something of your stash. Do you have Discord? That way we can see, because I remember you mentioned you had some stuff. Some pretty cool sounding stuff, it sounded like. Let's see here. 5 likes, 1 person watching. It's probably Micah. It could be slow though on my end because sometimes it just doesn't show anybody. Then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch and then they're all gone again. Yep. Whoop, we got a second person back in. Double tap the screen, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. If you like 2A content. Got any questions, just fire away. Appreciate you showing up. Your armory is unmemorable. Well, I thought you said you had something the other day over in, was it Arms Room? And we're like, hey, you should post it. We want to see it. I don't remember what it was, though. Trying to see what your little picture is, by the way. It's a guy crossing 2 guns across his chest. Okay. Let's see. Trying to think if I got anything planned. Tomorrow I got a job going. In the morning I got a you made some progress on your 2011. Okay, what do you got? What you working on? Put sights. Working on the slide to make it smoother. Lighter springs. What you got? Better trigger. Yeah, tomorrow I got a job. This lady wanted 4 outlets added to the outside of her house, and she's got that stucco material. So 3 of them I can get to pretty easily. The 4th one, she said, well, I don't know if there's an outlet on the other side of the wall that adds something in. So you have to look at that one. So tomorrow, yeah, 8:30, I'll be over there. Let's see. The trigger now controls the hammer again, but the hammer's still not staying back. Am I an electrician? I do a lot of electrical. I am a handyman for my work. Like my one short that I said thanks for the subscriptions, we made it to 50. I've got that shirt on. That's just my name in my business. I run it. It's my own business. And then, let's see, I think when I was making some of my ammo, those 25 Stevens rimfire, I had my work shirt on there too. But I guess I would consider myself an electrician in some ways, but I'm not specific electrical. Although I love electrical, so I like to steer to that a lot. I like adding stuff here and there, troubleshooting, trying to figure this thing out. Electrical's pretty easy to figure out issues. Yeah, I wish, but at the same time, I would almost think my conscience would bug me if I would charge more for people that are being complaining and just a cantankerous customer. There was one the other day that they were just wanting I'm really detailed with my invoices. I have a breakdown of how much every little thing cost, how much each little thing is added labor-wise. And so if someone wants to easily take off, you know what, we can afford 5 light fixtures but not these 2 fans, I can just drop off the 2 fans, adding those in, or switch off whatever. Super easy. So these people wanted that, which I normally give anyways, and then they wanted a handwritten too. And then they wanted to see the price difference, why it changed, because I had to take away some concrete we didn't use, but then add some self-leveling stuff, and it was quite a bit more of that compared to plain concrete. Self-leveling concrete's expensive. The stuff that's just like liquid when you pour it out. Anyways, so I mean, I understood. They just were like, I think they got bent over a couple times, screwed over, whatever you want to call it, and so they're just trying to play it safe, keep their cards close. But yeah, most everybody has been very, very nice with me, very understanding. Facebook Marketplace, as in like when you're trying to buy something, yeah. And I got screwed over one time on Facebook Marketplace. I was buying a 3/8 impact wrench, Milwaukee. That's an M12, the stubby, and then I think it was a ratchet, 12-volt ratchet, and I paid for it and never got it. And Facebook's like, well, how'd you pay it? Well, I paid outside of Facebook. They're like, well, that's why you're never going to see it. Sorry, we can't do anything. You need to contact your bank or the app you used to pay through, which was Cash App. And so I contacted Cash App. Cash App's, well, as soon as it's cleared, we can't do anything. And I'm like, well, it clears right away because I got money in my account. Well, sorry, you need to contact your bank. So then I contact my bank. My bank's like, okay, what's going on here? You should contact them. And I'm like, well, they told me to contact you. They're like, okay, we'll reimburse you. It was like $180, 200 something, I forget. Snap-on or Milwaukee. Snap-on, I like their hand tools, as in like ratchets, screwdrivers, sockets. I own a few. They are very expensive. Sometimes their lifetime warranty, some of their distributors are a little bit picky because they'll be like, well, where's the receipt? Or you didn't buy it for me. A few of them are problem makers like that. But as in like tools in general, sorry, someone gave me a text. Tools in general, I am a Milwaukee, as in like for power tools. Um, Snap on, they have decent half-inch high torque impacts, and some of their little 14-volt, 14.4, I think, little drivers and ratchets are pretty good. But other than that, they're way behind on their battery technology. They're kind of chintzy. Their drill they just came out with is so underpowered. Like there's this guy that tests them up against like Ryobis and stuff and Hercules, and it's like they beat some of the Snap-on stuff. So I'm a Milwaukee guy when it comes to power tools, battery operated, and I have a few DeWalt. And my lighter duty stuff, other than I do have some M12, I do have some brushless skill that I use for like assembly light fixtures and fans because you don't need something heavy duty. Electric is only 3 to 5 years on Snap-on. Oh, the warranty, yeah. Milwaukee is 5. Let's see, I have like 40K in Snap-on tools by now. Okay, so you have maybe like 15 tools, Pat. That's about 40K worth, probably, something like that. Still paying them off. I got most of my Snap-on stuff, if not all of them, used. Oh, I just got an alert from that Kentucky Ballistics just posted a video. Gotta look at that later. That'll be fun. Yeah, I got most of my Snap-on stuff at yard sales, eBay, thrift stores. I have found a couple at thrift stores. I don't care much. I only care if I bought pencils and chargers. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Pencils. If I brought pencils and chargers. Oh, for construction. Yeah, you need your chargers and you need your pencils or pens. Yeah, there's sometimes it's like, oh, I forgot my chargers. Oh, and most of my batteries are dead. What am I gonna do now? Right? Uh, and then like, see what was that? I had a chop saw. I still have it. A Milwaukee chop saw. I think it has a defect. Whenever it gets too hot, which is like always here in Arizona, and then in California too, where I bought it, it won't work anymore. The trigger quits, and you change batteries out, still won't work. I don't know what to do. Let's see here. What Pat say? I had to get a bigger box, so yeah, I got payments again on a box. Yeah. Hey Tristan, welcome. I decided to start a short live here. Had some spare time, and then I'll come back on later. Um, I think it was you who's requesting a couple things. I put them on the counter for you there if you wanted to see them. I'll have the same setup later. I got the AK-47, which is a Kalashnikov. And then the second one up from that, that's that lever action. Right there, that's a model 94 in 44 mag. And then the one behind it's that 1901 lever action 10 gauge. And then we got ourselves here a NAA 22 mag, 5 shot. And then that is a 1911, yes. That is a 1911 Springfield Armory mil spec. Yeah, I wondered, but it's like, what if that's the only saw you have on the job and you're doing like a deck and it's hot and it's like it shuts itself off and I have a blower to blow on it, it still doesn't work? Hey, Brookside, welcome, brother. I just came on for just a little bit here, do a shorter live, and then I'll hopefully have a longer one later. Appreciate you coming by. We changed out some of the guns on the counter there. Is that a 30-30 high? 30-30. My 30-30 is inside the gun safe. That is not a 30-30. That's a 44 mag. Model 94. It's made in the late 60s, early 70s, if I recall. It's really nice. It's one of the longer ones, so it's super accurate. But yeah, 44 mag. That's the only 44 mag I own currently. I really like that one. That's my second favorite lever action I own. Looks like you're taking 5-minute breaks every 2 minutes. Oh, for the chop saw? Yeah, when it goes out, right? Well, thankfully, the last job I was doing some trim, the customer had a chop saw, even though it had like a 30 tooth on it instead of like a 45 or 60, I think I had on mine, because I was doing trim. But he's doing roughs on trim. It's just blocked 1x4. So if it gets a little chip, he's not worried about it. But if I was doing high end, I would have tried to see if I could switch the blade. Mine's a 10-inch slider, dual bevel, Milwaukee battery. His was like an old Porter Cable 12-inch. But yeah, it had like huge teeth on it. I was like, well, at least his is pretty sharp. But if it was just regular trim, there's no way I'm using this thing. But yeah, what do you all rock for your battery operated? Yeah, that's a 10 gauge lever action back there. It's a 1901, made in 1901. So it's the first year they made that model. It took the place of the 1887 lever action, I think it was. Yeah, what do you all rock for power tools? Uzi gun Milwaukee for power tools. Amen, brother. Me too. But we like DeWalt for saws. Yes, there is some pretty. I wonder if their chop saws would be better than, because you can run the 60 volts, which would be pretty much. You can run the 260 volts, which would be 120. My friends have one of those. Milwaukee. Okay. I used to have. Hey, welcome, Vontae. Yo, what's up, brother? Double tap screen. Thanks for coming in. I heard you told me yesterday when I was on the other guy's channel that you subscribe. Appreciate that. Yeah, I used to have DeWalt years ago with those 18-volt batteries that clip on the bottom. But then I decided to switch over to Milwaukee. I didn't want to go DeWalt, they're 20 volts, because I used to use that when I built sheds and garages. And when they first came out, they had so many problems. We burnt out 2 impacts, a sawzall, and a drill within like 2 weeks. And we're like, forget this. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate the support. Yeah, even just hopping in, staying on for a minute, double tapping, and then get off, it helps with the algorithm. You know that. Algorithm? That's a tongue twister, isn't it? Well, what have we got here? Michael, what you asking? Fall rack rad or ADATs? I'm sorry, I do not know what that is. Makita is solid. They are. The problem about Makita, which my dad has them, they are really behind on their battery technology. They're still stuck in the dark ages, just like Snap-on, when it comes to their batteries. Other than that, they're pretty good. Now, their newer 40 volts, they do have the better batteries. But then it's like, well, a person already has really nice 20-volt ones. Why switch the whole thing over? Yes, Bosch has pretty good drills. I don't have any. I thought about buying some because they would come on sale quite a bit, and the one rep would give me some pretty good deals. I have a Bosch power plane. That's about the only Bosch thing I own. And I really like, they make really good SDS hammers. One of the best. The German Spa or the American Spa? I don't know. I like that AK. Thank you. That is a Kalashnikov with, I put an aftermarket handle on it. I used to live in California, so it used to have one of these the screw came out. One of these dumb wing things. I really like the the ramp for your thumb to rest on, but other than that, this thing's garbage. So I moved to Arizona and back to Arizona because I'm from here. I stuck that nice Foztech rubber one on. Way better, brother. Fits like a glove. It feels like you're holding like a Smith & Wesson pistol in your hand. Like air compressor powered impacts. They're okay if you've got the room for it and you got a big enough tank. Like I worked at a mechanic shop for a year and 6 months, something like that. And probably for the first 9 months, I was always using air until I was like, you know what, I'm going to get myself a 1/2 inch high torque Milwaukee. And I liked that way better. And, you're not tripping over hoses and whatnot. Oh, for the sound, yeah. Right? Yeah. They work better too. My impact is definitely more power than most air impacts. Mine's just the Gen 2 Milwaukee. The Gen 3 right now is way better yet. Atari or Nintendo? Oh, I just do. I'm pretty good with sound effects. At least that's what people tell me. I enjoy doing sound effects. Nintendo, Atari. That is a good question. They don't make Atari anymore, do they? Nintendo, yeah, like the Nintendo Switch. But Atari, I don't know if they make that other than retros. Hey Tristan, thank you all for coming by. Thank you. Appreciate it for stopping by. I believe you double tapped that screen. I appreciate it. See ya. Hope to see you tonight. About 6 o'clock Arizona time, thereabout. We're Mountain Standard, but we don't have daylight savings time. So we're the same as California. At least for now, until California falls behind in the back. Hey, Vontae, I don't know. Did I show you these already? We got ourselves a single shot. The very top's a single shot Stevens 25 rimfire. The next one down is a 2520 Winchester Model 92 made in early 1900s. The third one down is an antique hex barrel 3220 made in 1895. The second from the bottom is a lever action 2535. I was going to shoot it on Saturday, but I got rained out. So if you see some of my shorts, I put 3 on, I think. I need to put some more. And then that one at the bottom is a 10 gauge double barrel Beretta Silverhawk. That thing kicks pretty good. And then behind me, I've got a couple here. That top one's a single shot 10 gauge. That kicks more than that double barrel 10 gauge. It's in New England. The next one down is a Zastava 16 gauge, second from the top. That third one down is a F. Williams 12 gauge side by side. And that hunting rifle is a 30-06 Model 700 from the 70s. And that one below that is a mid 1800s 577 Schneider. It's made by Lee Enfield. Yeah, 10 gauge. I have three 10 gauges. Let me flip here. I got one on that rack that was behind me. And then this lever action shotgun, that's a 10 gauge. And then that rack that had the lever actions on it, that's a 10 gauge. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then I have one up against the wall that's an old double barrel hammers exposed 10 gauge. I'm working on that one still. It's kind of loose. Let's see. You ever mess with 28 gauge? Good question. I have not. I don't even have a 28 gauge. No, I have a couple 24 gauge shells. Right here's a brass shell. What I'm going to use these for is that 577 Schneider. If you chop off about to here and then lightly size it down and put your lead in, these are exactly the same size around to fit inside the Schneider. Because they're an obsolete cartridge. You can't find them. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Focus. Welcome. Yeah, I decided to start a short live here, maybe about an hour. We'll see. We've been on for almost 40 minutes before I go ahead and do the other long one. Browning or Kalashnikov? That's a hard question there, brother. Obviously, two different two different, like Browning obviously doesn't make an AK, but Kalashnikov does. So, but Kalashnikov, let's see, what else do they make other than an AK? They make a couple pistols, right? Like old ones. That's a good question. I've always wanted a 28 gauge. I'm quite fond of 410. Think I'd like it. I probably would like a 28 gauge. Now, a 16 gauge, they phased out because it's like that middle child that nobody likes. You have a 12 gauge and you have a 20. What do you need that for? And that's probably why the 24 went out too, because it's like you've got a 410, and then from there it would be a 24, I guess. Or sorry, it'd be a 28, then a 24. So yeah, they just kind of phased out from 410 to 20. Those phased out, and then you went from 20 to 12. There used to be 16 in between, which is that double barrel Zastava I had up there. The second one down that was back there behind me. Browning easy. Yeah, I would probably say Browning too, just because there's way more variety. Show some love. Yeah, go ahead. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hard or soft pillows? I'm a medium. I know you didn't give that option. But that's what I am. I'm more of a medium. A slightly taller pillow because I sleep on my side a lot. Most definitely anytime the bros are on, I try to at least tune in. Thank you. Yeah, I try to myself. I'll usually go on for about a minute or two. That way the algorithm is nice. And then, of course, double tap the screen. Thanks, Focus. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. 410. I have one 410. It's an Ivor Johnson single shot. It's missing the bead, which I have. I found a little bag of beads used on eBay. I'll see if one of those fit. I know I needed a bead for that 10 gauge lever action there in front, but the threads are really big on that thing, so none of them fit. Let's see here. Most definitely. Okay, facts, Focus. King or queen bed? A queen. I'd rather prefer a queen. I own a queen. I had a twin for years, and I'm single, so. But let's see, a queen bed, soft pillows. There you go. It's soft bed too, so you just kind of like sink in like a bunch of feathers. Yeah. 5E in the chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. If there's any of you floating in the background not commenting, aren't subscribed, or haven't liked, please double tap the screen for liking it and subscribe. Be really appreciated. We'd like to get 100 subscribers here shortly. We're getting closer, thankfully. Barstool Racing or NASCAR. I don't even know what Barstool Racing is, dude. Soft pillow is the only way. 100%. Yeah, right. Soft pillows are good if you sleep on your back or your stomach. Well, definitely your back. Side, you need a medium to hard for side. So I have a medium. It's almost too hard. Put an engine on a bar stool and race. Oh yeah. I have seen some of those. The one guy put one in on a couch. Another one was a toilet. I think it's all the same guy and some others too, but the one guy does all sorts. On a toilet, on a couch. He did one on a desk, like an office desk. Those are really neat videos to watch. And they go like 50 miles an hour. You're sitting on a toilet, toilet paper's like waving in the wind behind you, and he's just going at it. Yeah, pretty cool. Dale Earnhardt Jr. I remember when Dale Sr. passed. That was pretty sad. I guess his son took his place. I hear he's pretty good. That's been years ago now, though. Yeah. Vontae, what's your favorite gun? An AK, probably? Yeah. Or is that I think you had your Glocks. No, that was the other guy where I was at. Yeah, I remember that race. Yeah, we weren't into racing. Growing up, we were into our sport. We were into is baseball. We'd watch. What's your favorite artist? As in like musician artist, or artist as in like paintings and drawings and stuff like that? Paintings and drawings, I would say for myself, I really like a lot of Leonardo da Vinci's paintings and drawings and stuff. Oh, you got an Uzi? Or you say that's one of your favorite? I'd love to get an Uzi, especially if it was full, right? Full bang bang. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that would be really cool as well. I wonder. I wouldn't mind. I don't know if they make them yet. An FRT for AKs. I know they do for ARs and some other smaller things. For musicians of singing or artists, I'm not really sure because I haven't listened to. I don't listen to modern stuff, so you probably wouldn't know the ones that I like. I'm a Christian and a believer, so I usually listen to Christian artists. Um, Laura Crawford is one of them, and what's that other one? Hillsong's pretty good. Lauren Daigle, I like a few of hers. Um, what's that other one? Elaine Holm or something like that. Her name is. It's a Christian singer. And then a couple that are a cappella singing that are more conservative groups. Let's see. Any of you all like the band Alice in Chains? Never heard of it. Yeah, I want a '69 Charger, but we all can't get what we want. Yeah, no joke, right? Burke, I only listen to ragtime piano. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let's see here. Micah Bell, facts. Sometimes we can't get what we want, but we grind for it. Yep. Or pay the credit card bill that we bought it with, which is still grinding for it. That way we can have it when we'd like it. As long as we don't do that too much, otherwise you get in debt too much, and you don't want to do that. Excuse me. Yeah, I've never heard of ragtime piano. I might have to look that up. Let me scroll back up to that other one too. I'm guessing Alice in Chains is probably like a rock or something like that. There we go, got a screenshot of that. I grind for a well-fitting suit. Facts, pay that credit. Yeah, no joke, because it's better to save up for it and then get it versus buy it on credit and then have to pay your credit, unless they had some deal or something. Pay it off because you've got interest. But you know, some of those credit cards, if you've got good credit score, it'll have like you can get offers where it's like no interest for like 2 years or something. And if you know you can pay it off within 2 years, the credit card, well, why not? My brother does it quite often. Yeah, I figured. Alice in Chains is rock, kind of more grunge like Nirvana. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Any of you all have any project guns? There's one of them right there. There's actually two projects there. Those are some Model 24, 22 Remingtons. One of them I need a couple parts and a forearm. The other one's just the butt and the receiver. And then I have more in that corner there that are 22 double barrels. Not 22 double barrels. 12 gauge double barrel and a 20. There we go. Weird Al. That one's interesting. I have heard a few of his. Yankovic. Is that his actual name? Like Yankovic, or is that two different people? I know who Weird Al is, but is that his last name that he calls himself? Yankovic. 9 likes. Good. Only one person in. Well, it's probably freezing up. It does that. It's just so slow sometimes. Let's see. There are kids starving in Japan, so eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it. Whoops. Is that some saying from Weird Al? Sounds like something he'd say. Didn't Weird Al like do a song where he did all the lyrics backwards? If I recall, he's like walking in front of a barn. Or no, that's another one. That's called something Amish. I forget. Where he's walking in front of a barn. But yeah, there's one on he did that the lyrics he said backwards. It wasn't like he actually said it normal and they reversed the words. He actually sang the song backwards. Which would be extremely hard to do. Surprised that lyric doesn't have something about rice being Japan. I guess they do have eggs over there. That'd be even more racist sounding. Sounding, not that it is. Yeah. What's your guys' next dream gun that you're saving up for right now? Looks like there's two of you on. Amish Paradise, yeah, there we go. I'm not 100% sure what I'll get next. I've bought quite a bit the last while, so I might give myself a break. I kind of have been just getting these oddball stuff. That's kind of how I am. I like my oddball stuff. CZ Shadow 2, there you go, Brooke. Yeah, I was at the Gun and Pawn a couple days ago. Was that Saturday or was it Friday? And a fellow just picked himself up the Shadow. Yeah, they had two of them there, and they sold them real quick. And they just got the new Kimber 2K11 in. They sold all three of them within 2 days. 43x or 19x to go with my 26. Okay, or zip 20. You don't want a zip 22. Other than for nostalgic reasons. Mine is a Gaui 21. I'm not sure what that is. Need all three the X series. There you go. I only have one Glock, and it's my 10 mil. It's a Model 20. They had it in a 21 as well, I think. I forget. They're expensive. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, that GAU 21 probably is. It sounds like it would be. I know one thing I was thinking about getting was a lever action 32 Winchester Special, or there was a 3840 lever action, I think it was called. Those are both neat. An M2 Browning, but faster. Oh, nice. What would really be neat too is a BAR, a BAR Browning. A G20 is my only actual Glock as well. Okay, like the bang frame and everything. Gotcha. Well, there's so many clones of them that are better out of the box. I need to reword that. Out of the box better. Glock does make some good stuff where you can go ahead and add whatever you want to it, and then it'll be as good or better. But out of the box, Glock isn't very good, like trigger wise and chunkiness and all that. But yeah, if you gooch one out, you might as well buy Shadow Systems then, because it already has all the gooched out stuff. Sure, it'd be neat to get a Pit Viper or something like that, or Sand Viper, or some of those other Infinity guns, or I think if I would spend enough money on a 2011, I'd probably get a Staccato, because they're about 2,400. The hunting rifle or the squad automatic machine gun. I don't know what a squad automatic machine gun is. I have that hunting rifle behind me, that 30-06. BAR is my dream. Yeah, I tried a M2 when I was younger. Those are a ton of fun, I'm sure. Shadow Systems require a break-in period, though a Glock doesn't. A few guns, you're right. Some do for some reason. Yeah, Glock's pretty much out of the box. Someone told me one time that right there needs broken in, because one of their friends, when they were shooting hollow points in it, it went sideways and went off in the gun. I don't know. I've never had problems. I think I've maybe had one malfunction, but that was like white box Winchester. Maybe. I can't even remember if I've had that about 4 years now. That was my 5th gun I think I bought. Yeah, I've had that 4 or 5 years now, I think. Hey, Micah, see ya. Are you the one leaving? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Showing support. I'll get off here in probably another 5 minutes. Thereabouts. Just over an hour mark. That way I'll get in the algorithms good. I gotta run some errands. I gotta go to Lowe's and get some materials for tomorrow's job. Installing electrical outlets outside of the walls through stucco. And those need to be GFCI. And then what else? I gotta order some parts for a window that I looked at today. Is white box as bad as they say? I haven't had issues with any of mine. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I have white box 22, I have white box 45, I have white box 9, which my one gun doesn't like 9mm white box, so I just don't run it. It likes Fiocchi's and American Eagle. I also have white box Winchester 223s, and I've never had any problems with any of them that I know of. 45, I just kind of get what's on sale. The last 45 ACP I bought was actually at a swap meet. I got what was it, about 120 rounds for, how much did he sell those to me? So I got this whole full, which is 100, and this one for like $25. And they're reloads, and some of them are mixed match, but it's like, I don't really care. I'm just going to use them for target practice because they're FMJs. But I got them for like $20 for 121 rounds. It's cheapest I ever paid. I usually get what's cheapest for range out. Yeah, same. But I'm fond of Federal. Federal, I have Federals over there. I got Federal 270, which was pretty accurate in my 270 with the 150 grains. I got Federal 308, Federal 30.6. Excuse me. I have a few Federal 762 by 39. That's about the Federals I have. I might have some Federal 9mm. Let me see. I see a box that says Federal on it. Those are 12 gauge Federals. But then, like, for handguns, I like I have a variety of stuff for handguns because I have some, like, for 44 mag, I have Lever Revolution, a couple Hornadies, and some Winchester big bore. It was all depends on what's on sale, what's available too, because sometimes there's only 2 brands available and you just buy the cheapest one. Well, there's some Federal 10 gauge back there. But I really like Hornady, and so I have some Hornady. I have some Hornady Whitetail 124 grain that I'm going to be using in my hunt, hopefully mid-November. And then Grizzly, I have a decent amount of Grizzly brand for my 45 Colt, in hard cast and just full metal jacket, and some jacketed hollow points. Freedom Munitions, I have a decent amount of those for my 223 because they were on sale. And then Freedom Munitions, I have 2 boxes of 50 of 7.62 by 39. That was at my local gun shop. I got those for like 38 cents a round. And then, yeah, 22, I mostly just get the white box when they're on sale, either the 555s or the 333s. I do have a box of Federal back there that I almost ate the whole thing up when I had my nephews over for Christmas. It has 800 rounds, and we went through like 3/4 of it. Lapua, my 338 Lapua, I just it came with 80 rounds, and I have most of those still, because I've gotten other boxes of that other brand, Sellers and Bellet, because they're my local gun and pawn. I can get them for under $3 a round. Plus, I can load them too. I have a loader now for them. Yeah, I can get this type of 308 right here for just under $3 a round at my local gun and pawn. They're just whoop, that's one of the one. This is one I hand loaded. I was gonna say that's not the same one. This is ones I hand loaded. That I did a little crunch there in the shell. But yeah, I hand loaded these ones. I reused the box. Let's see here. But yeah, normally they're a jacketed hollow point, I think, right? Yeah, and really pointy. Teeny little tip that's hollow. They're a cheaper ammo. I run these ones when I do target practicing with them. Problem is my range only is a 500, so I can't have any fun with it. So I need to find somewhere else where I can sight it in better. I have a couple oddball rounds too. Like I have a decent amount of Wolf brand 7.62x39 that's made in Ukraine and Russia. I have that PPU brand for some of my oddball rounds, the 303 British, and some 30-30 in that, I think. Remington, I have some Remingtons too, like my 32, my 25-20. Those are Remington, and some 30-30 I have. One box of 44 mag, that's Remington. I have a 300 Savage as well. That's model 99 lever action. Yep. Well, guys, I'll probably sign off here shortly. It looks like one of you guys are still in the background there for a little bit. It said 0. So anyways, I appreciate y'all coming in for this shorter live. It's actually a little longer than I thought it would be. I got some things I need to get done for the day so I can get to work, or not to work, but work tomorrow. Have materials for that job. Appreciate y'all coming in. Hey, Sane, I was just signing off here. Sorry. I'm going to do a live later, a longer one. I'm glad you came in. Do you mind double tapping the screen real quick? No. Hey, I'm going to leave the guns how they are. Don't worry. They're not going to run away unless someone breaks in when I'm not here. It'll be the normal time, roughly 6 o'clock. Yeah, hi, bye. So yeah, about 6 o'clock Arizona time, which is Mountain Standard, but we don't have daylight savings time, so I guess you can figure that one out. And yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, I was just going to leave here shortly, so appreciate you guys showing up. Thanks for spare of the moment coming up like that, saying we hope to see you later on this evening, and y'all have a blessed rest of your day. See you later. And when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Look up to Christ. He'll help you through. Thank you. Have a good one.